affirms the values shared by many religious communities and labor, as well as the opportunity to uplift the concerns of labor to congregations.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Michael Szpak is in the Zoom. Really looking forward to this conversation. He is the Religion and Labor Coordinator for the AFL-CIO. Michael, welcome to the Valley Labor Report.
Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate this opportunity to be with you this morning.
Yeah, thank you so much. And, before we dive into labor in the pulpit, which of course is why we wanted to have you on today, could you just tell us a little bit about your role with the AFL-CIO and how did you end up there?
Well, I've worked on numbers of campaigns before I joined the AFL-CIO. I organized victims of brown lung disease in the Carolinas into brown lung associations so that they could receive compensation. These are workers who were victims of the textile industry breathing cotton dust, similar to brown lung disease, black lung disease, and received no compensation. And I worked on the Farrow boycott, the J.P. Stevens boycott, numbers of labor disputes before I joined the AFL-CIO. But I went to seminary, Wesley Theological Seminary in the District of Columbia, and I'm an ordained minister in the United Methodist Church, now retired, in the Baltimore, Washington Conference. And this is how I came from seminary. I came to the AFL-CIO to be their religion labor coordinator, and did so for a number of years until the position was reestablished in 2021 when I then became the religion labor coordinator.
Okay, great. Well, and one of the things that I know you work on and how we got connected is a program called Labor in the Pulpit. And so that is a program that is, year round, but Labor Day, Workers' Memorial Day, Martin Luther King Day, those are some of the big highlights of the calendar year to really implement this program. But could you tell us a little bit about Labor in the Pulpit? What is that program?
Well, labor and faith organizations, have a long history of shared relationships. And so we're tied together by common bonds such as social justice, equality, the dignity of all people, racial and economic justice, and fair treatment in the workplace. And that's why the AFL-CIO's Labor in the Pulpit program, it places union leaders as guest speakers in faith congregations so that they can speak about the values of equity, racial and economic justice, and the solidarity that labor shares with the faith community. So essentially, we're looking to bring our union leaders into congregations to make short presentations about the relationship between faith and labor, and that we are looking to build beyond that. This is an entry point for us, but these presentations are not meant to be one-offs, but rather a way of developing ongoing relationships. And again, it's a program of our federated bodies. These are our state federations, our central labor councils. Our central labor councils bring together our union affiliates in various communities, and it's a community organization of these affiliates that are working to bring economic and social justice to workers and the community at large.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
Right. And something you said that I think is really important is that, this is not just a one-off kind of thing. It is, like you said, an entry point into building those faith and labor connections and faith and labor coalitions. So, practically speaking, the Labor in the Pulpit program is like you, me, anyone from the labor movement, works out an agreement with a local congregation, a church, a temple, any religion, any faith tradition that is open to it. We do a short presentation. Maybe that's in front of the whole congregation. Maybe it is, part of the service, or maybe it's something more informal. Maybe you just speak to a Sunday school class, have something kind of more casual like that. But it's, it on a practical note, it is just a short speech to a church or to a congregation. But what you said, it's an entry point into building those relationships. So could you expand a little bit on that? Why is, Labor in the Pulpit an important program, and why should folks participate in this? And more broadly, why is this, why is the Faith and Labor Alliance so important?
Well, first of all, I want to say that we also do labor on the minbar. Labor in the minbar, which is for Muslim congregations, and labor on the bima, which is for Jewish congregations. So pulpits have different names in different faith traditions. We do it because many of our union members, have faith commitment, and they're members of faith congregations. And so the program, it highlights the relationship between the union faith and work. And it also, as I was saying, it affirms the values shared by many religious communities and labor, as well as the opportunity to uplift the concerns of labor to congregations. And faith groups and labor unions, they're vital parts of the community. And we share many of the same concerns based on our values. And so, we should get to know each other. But more than that, building relationships with the faith community is critical at this time. When labor's very existence is under threat and our democracy hangs in the balance, as authoritarian forces are looking to destroy the very fabric of the safety net that faith and labor have built over the years. And I just want to say that many faith traditions have statements in support of labor and labor rights and the rights to organize unions, and that this is very important for labor union members to understand that these statements exist and need to be strengthened. And by bringing people into congregations that may have these statements or are looking to develop these denominations would develop these statements, it's very important to see labor, there interacting with the congregation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think you nailed it. We are in a time where we need allies as unionists, as labor movement folks. We need backup, right? We need those relationships, and our communities are under attack, not just our unions, right? So this is a time where we really want to be building those relationships and building coalitions. And something else you mentioned that I want to highlight is you mentioned how a lot of the faith traditions, or a lot of church official institutions have put out statements. They have taken positions over the years through their own process and their own bodies, and that is something I found really helpful. So I want to encourage all the folks listening, if you're a union member or you're a church member, I want to encourage you to really look at this website on the AFL-CIO. Just Google Labor in the Pulpit, AFL-CIO. It'll take you right there. And Michael and the team have done such a great job laying out the resources that you could use, that you need to use. One of those resources is a document which actually has a compilation of faith traditions and their official positions on worker issues, labor issues such as minimum wage, right to organize, right to collective bargaining, right? And that is so helpful when you can find out where a church already stands on an issue. And that can help also in making that connection and building that bridge. So I think that's something I really want to encourage folks to know. Like, this is a really pick up and just plug in kind of program. The resources are available. All the kind of stuff you need to be successful. Michael and the team at AFL-CIO have already laid that out there for you. So it is really, really an easy way to get in, and it is that entry point. And that's what we hope to see. And it's very, very powerful here in the South, where faith is such a strong part of our community. We need those relationships with faith communities because, frankly, the other side is also doing that too. The other side that is opposed to unions and opposed to workers' rights are also trying to influence faith communities. So it's important that we build those relationships, we be visible, we let folks know who we are, what we're about, and where our values align. So, Michael, was there anything else you wanted to mention before we let you go?
Well, I just want you to know that it's important for union members that want to pursue this program to contact their central labor councils, because how the relationships continue is the challenge. And this is why we have our central labor councils in our communities, so that they can establish these relationships and maintain them, develop them in an ongoing manner. So that would be and this is a program of these central labor councils, AFL-CIO, in your area, which is easy enough to find out from your union.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate that. And that's just a good way to get plugged in with your labor council. If your labor council is not already participating, please do get that moving. Labor Day's coming up. That's a great opportunity to make this happen, but we can do it anytime it's an option. Just be connecting with churches and congregations and getting union folks connected. I think it's really valuable. So, Michael, thank you so much for all your work on this program, and thank you for being on the show today.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.